And good morning. Welcome to This Day.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday and it's August 14th and it's National Creamsicle Day. So that goes way back. Like,
it does.
Way back before we were born.
Yeah, I like creamsicles.
Before many of us were born. So
yeah, those are very good.
Yeah, so we'll tell you the history in just a bit.
All right, and on our show today, we're going to bring you a segment with AutoNation Toyota Irvine. Also, the Aquadettes, their show is coming up soon, and we have a couple of the Aquadettes here. They're going to tell us about their Aqua Follies, and from the Florence Sylvester Senior Center, Shirley Witt will be here today, along with Patty Alexander. And Patty's been on our show many times. She's with Personalized Senior Placement and also one of the sponsors for their upcoming casino night. We'll tell you about that as well.
All right, in our meetings today, we have the GRF Maintenance and Construction meeting, which will be in the boardroom at 9:30. And then we have the GRF Landscape Committee meeting, which will also be in the boardroom, but that will be at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, this day celebrates the creamy citrus dessert on a stick. During the height of summer, what better way to enjoy refreshment than with a creamsicle? Doesn't that look delicious? Creamsicle is the brand name of an ice cream treat. It consists of vanilla ice cream on a popsicle stick with an outer coating of sherbet. While many other flavors now exist, the original flavor was orange. In 1905, in Oakland, California, 11-year-old Francis William Frank Eberson was mixing a powdered flavoring for drinks with water. He accidentally left it on the back porch overnight with a stirring stick still in it. That night, the temperature dropped below freezing, and the next morning, Eberson discovered the drink had frozen to the stick, inspiring the idea of a fruit-flavored popsicle. So as you can see, this is him on the left, but that is when he was obviously older. In 1922, he introduced the creation at a fireman's ball, where according to reports, it was a sensation. In 1923, Eberson began selling the frozen pops to the public at Neptune Beach, an amusement park in Alameda, California. By 1924, Eberson had received a patent for his frozen confectionery, which he called the Epsicle Ice Pop. He renamed it to Popsicle, alleged that the insistence of his children. Popsicles were originally sold in fruity flavors and marketed as a frozen drink on a stick for a whopping 5 cents. In 1989, Good Humor, now a subsidiary of Unilever, bought the rights to the popsicle, bringing us creamsicles and fudgesicles. So there you go. There's your tasty treats for the day. So enjoy a creamsicle or a fudgesicle today. Which one's your favorite, Ken?
I like creamsicles, but you know what? I kind of take that history with a grain of salt because Oakland, California does not freeze up there enough
well,
to
it must
freeze
have been
anything.
You never know.
Yes, so that's, although I do like creamsicles, you know, what was a couple last week? It was Root Beer Float Day.
Yes. So
all you got to do is replace that with orange soda and vanilla ice cream, and that's a great combination as well. I do like creamsicles. So, hey, here we are. We got this is supposed to be the hottest day of the week. We do have some fog this morning, but it's dissipating pretty quickly. So that's kind of nice. You know, we've been hitting these higher temperatures. However, because the fog layer has been coming in, it really cools things off. And quite honestly, for the summer, for the middle of August here, those temperatures are not sustaining very long, and that's unusual, even to get the fog this time of the year. So that's nice. About 87 today, 85 tomorrow. We drop nicely as we get into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Look at that, way below normal on those days. Really today is, 86, 87, normal for August. This is not unusual. So a bump up here today. Tomorrow not quite as bad, and they're going to really go down during the weekend with scattered clouds possibly on Sunday. Now looking around the area today, we do have a light offshore breeze as we did yesterday. Not much of anything, but that makes the beaches a bit warmer, but still the beaches are below normal for this time of the year as well. Everywhere else, are bumped up quite a bit from yesterday, probably about 4 or 5 degrees. So you might feel it out there. Palm Springs back up to 115. So very hot out there. Again, for them, that's pretty much how it usually is in August. All right, we will be back in just a moment. Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today. With me today are the gentlemen from AutoNation Toyota Irvine. We've got Ephraim and Steve here today. And it's warming up, guys, right?
It is.
It is heating up. I hope everybody out there is staying cool.
Yes. All right. And you know, that kind of pertains to what we're talking about today, because this time of the year, people like to get out, go places, go on vacations, whatever it might be. And making sure your vehicle is in good order. It doesn't matter if your vehicle is 6 months old or 6, 7 years old. You know what? You want to have something that you can rely on. Now, of course, with Toyotas are pretty darn reliable, but still, they need a little maintenance, little checkups, right?
And you know, Ken, to your point, that's a good thing. That's why we offer the pit stop, because people don't bring their car in a lot, right? They're not driving a lot, but when they do want to go out, we offer that pit stop for them to come in. The weather is getting extremely hot. When these people start their cars up now, the bottom line is that they're going to see lights, they're going to see indicator lights and stuff that come on that maybe they haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing if they do see these things, make sure they don't panic, number one. Make sure too, if they do come on, they get themselves to a safe spot where they can pull over. A lot of times if they just restart the cars with the electronics in them, those lights will go out. But it's also a good point to take the car in and have it looked at, just to have it checked to make sure that there isn't a problem with it.
And don't wait for something to happen.
Right. Because if when a battery light comes on, especially with the heat that we have, a lot of what we're seeing right now is a lot of battery indicator lights coming on. And it really doesn't mean the battery's failed, and it really doesn't mean you have an alternator problem. What it is it's a processor's just gotten hot, and so that car just needs to be restarted.
Yeah.
It needs to relearn itself, and you bring it in, and we'll go through the initialization on it, and then you're all set and ready to go.
Yeah. It oftentimes isn't something severe. But what we were just reminded of outside by Constance is that something simple like that can create all this anxiety.
Right.
She's like, oh my gosh, is the car going to just stop in the middle of the road? Am I going to be driving and it's just going to leave me right? And instead, you know, if the car is driving safely, get to somewhere safe, and then cycle it off and turn it back on. And if the light stays on, drive to our place.
You know what's different today compared to years ago? He may not remember because he's a young guy.
Oh, come on.
He's a young guy.
He's a young guy. But years ago, you didn't know too much what was going on with your car.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that car is monitoring itself constantly. You can imagine if our bodies did that every day, you'd be like, hey, your blood pressure's up, this is down, like that. But the car is, with all the electronics, all the diagnostics is doing this. So we do get more information, but it doesn't mean that the average person really might not know. And you know, one thing I've had even on my car is sometimes the tire pressure.
That's right.
Well, a lot of times it's just because it's cold. During the wintertime, it's going to show it's maybe a bit lower pressure. During the summertime, it might show a little bit higher pressure. So sometimes it's nothing more than it's just the conditions outside.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. You know, so we have a lot of. We had one yesterday where the customer had come in and again, the tire light was on, tires down a couple pounds.
Right.
So we go ahead and we'll check that out in our pit stop, make sure that everything's good for the customer and that he's on his way. But with the expanding and contraction and the heat and everything, these low profile, low resistance running tires will actually change tire pressure and it happens quite often. So we see it happen sometimes every third day on a car. So we have to, give the customer the knowledge and let him know what's going on with the tire.
Right.
And then the variations, as you're talking about, just with the weather, can be 3 to 5 pounds, and we're already going to lose about 2 or 3 pounds minimum a month anyway. And when you don't check it for a couple months, you got to be careful. And that's why not having that available anymore at the gas station, or even something we're even willing to do, just come in.
Right.
And so that's what I think we always want to remind our local area neighbors, is that that's all we're there for.
Yeah.
Come in and get some help. That's it.
And another thing I want to say, and this goes to more of, well, you can help out with this, but your sales staff and all.
Yeah.
When somebody purchases or leases a new Toyota, nowadays, again, compared to years ago, you're going to sit down with them and go through, or a member of your staff, and go through everything. And if somebody doesn't understand something, all the electronics, sometimes there's a little screen where the gauges are, and there could be 10 screens there that show you different things.
True.
And you're like, what am I looking at? How come when I touch this button that changes and things? And
So when they do purchase the car, we go through the car and they do the complete walkthrough.
Yeah.
But the customer's excited. He's got a brand new car. It's information overload.
Oh,
You're looking at a
yes.
complete computer.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the CRTs and these new Priuses, they're this big.
Oh, it's a computer.
Yeah.
And when you first hit the power button, they go through all their segments and they do all these things, and you're watching. It's like watching TV. And all of a sudden, it's like it's programming the car to do exactly what it should do. And you forget all that. You change your phone, you have to come in. It has to be paired to your Bluetooth. A lot of people don't know how to do those things.
Right.
And so they lose their contacts, whatever the case may be. That's what we're there for.
Yeah.
So we can do that real quick on the service.
You know what I love? Well, I'm not saying I really love it. Is every car is like this nowadays. You first turn it on and there's the lawyer speak. Do not do this while you're driving. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And you're going,
That's
just get to the radio, please.
Right.
But they have to do that, right?
Right.
Don't stare at this while you're driving.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a very good point nowadays compared to before. And you're excited. I don't read manuals. Who does?
That's right. And so
Most men don't.
Well, so one of the things we always ask is that, hey, let's have that second or third delivery. Come back, a week or two later when you really get the questions or something. Nowadays, even on the way here, everyone seems to be staring at their phone when they're driving. It's so scary. And so when he just mentions come in when you get a new phone, or even when the phone just simply doesn't have that connectivity any longer, come in, because I mean, we shouldn't be looking at our phone, and it's terrible. It's something everyone does. So that's why it's important that everything is working the way it's supposed to on the cars.
Yeah, and if you've got, whenever you hear that sound, it's a pit stop time.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
That's what that is.
What's that? Whenever you hear a bell, a new angel gets its wings.
That's right.
There you go.
Did you just get your
One
wings?
of my favorite.
I just did. I hope so.
Hey, quickly,
I love that. That's amazing.
someone gets a new car. Again, years ago, you got that what was called break-in oil and all that kind of stuff. Is that still even a thing now today? Is it, where?
It's not a thing.
It's not.
'Cause
Do
we
most use
use
synthetic oil? Yeah.
Most cars all now are 0.20.
Okay.
And some cars now, the newer ones, are even going to 0.16. So there is no 0.16 is almost like water.
Wow.
So there is absolutely no break-in. Low resistance rings, so no carbon. Completely different design internally inside the combustion chamber.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And it's true that the manufacturer says that oil in there is good for 10,000 miles. And although that's true, I'm not one that likes my same oil, especially new, to sit in there that long. That's not me. But remember, it's also about time.
Yes.
So it's 10,000 miles or 6 months, whichever comes first. Something needs to be done in your car, and that's where we're.
So you remember, we're talking about old guys when you and I first got into this, right? It was 3,000 miles.
Yeah, sure. That's why I asked that.
And then it went to 5, and everybody was kind of like 5,000 miles.
Right.
And then it went to 7,500, and now it's 10.
Right.
So in 10,000 miles, I mean, you can drive that car a lot of miles before you do change that oil. It's always a good idea. And again, is why we offer the pit stop.
Right.
Because cars will consume oil. They still do. They will.
Yeah.
With it, especially being 0.16, 0.20, very thin oil base, the bottom line, even though it's synthetic, they will consume oil. So it's a great idea to get that car and have those fluids checked.
Yeah, it's not like, I remember, you used to have break-in oil,
Right.
because you probably remember there might be little deposits that are, it's
Sure.
first going through the engine, and then you want to, that, I remember back then,
Yeah.
it was just like after, sometimes they go after 1,000 miles or something, we changed that
So
oil.
you're really
out.
dating yourself, because you're talking cast iron motors, and now we're all running aluminum blocks. So yeah, I get you. No such thing
See,
as
he's
cast
going,
iron.
what? What are you
No,
talking
no,
about
no,
here?
Still
He knows.
no.
He's an old car guy. He knows.
Ken, you mentioned something a minute ago, like, you know, either when you come in, someone will help you. No, and this is why we are coming here today, and like we show up most weeks, is that I want them to come and ask for me. When someone comes in, I mean, I'm that point man. I'll guide you in whatever you might need, whether it's the sales or down into service or whatever it might be. Ask for Steve. I'd ask you to ask for me, because I have way more time than he does. No, Steve is really, he's just so involved with everything,
Yeah.
including all the technicians in the shop. And not just that, but I enjoy the conversation of just connecting with someone, and just, you know, everyone's got a story to tell, and that's what I want to hear.
And that's a
kinda
place you want to be at.
Yeah.
Seriously, especially when
It
you're
is.
buying or leasing a new vehicle, a used vehicle, whatever it might be. That's important. They want to feel, no matter what it is, they of course want to be happy with what they
Yeah.
get. They want to go away from there going, you know what, that was a nice experience. Those
That's
were
cool.
nice people.
That's
It
right.
felt like they weren't just pressuring me to buy something.
Right.
They wanted to connect me with the right product.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
so
counts.
when you were just mentioning a moment ago, I thought you were going to say, because when you come in and say me, and if you have a notion to just get some information, get some, how much would this be, and if I thought about leasing as opposed to buying it, or what, there's several different ways. Not every one way makes sense for everybody.
No.
Let's print all those options and choices. We'll speak to them and then make sure that we have understanding, and then fold them up, put them in your pocket. Sometimes when you're making a decision that big, you need to think about it.
Yeah.
And that's what's different, because most,
Right.
you know, in the car business and car dealers, and hey, let's do it now, and I'm not into that. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you got to think about it, and if the light doesn't turn on or something doesn't make sense, then say no.
Right.
Because yeah, it's not about, you know, us doing something that only benefits us. It's got to make sense.
Yeah,
And so
it does.
this is the
It
difference
does.
between, in my opinion, just neighborhood guys that are just doing the right thing. That's
Yep.
it.
Very good. Always good to see you guys.
Yep.
It's great to be here.
And remember, they are just right down the road there, AutoNation Toyota Irvine. Of course, you can go online and find out all kinds of information. You can make a service appointment. You can see what's available on the lot. If you're interested in a new or used vehicle, it's all there. But best of all, go down there. Say hi to these guys. Well,
say hi.
Steve might be a little busy, but you can still wave.
Real quick, just so you know, you don't need an appointment to make that
You
pit
don't.
Oh,
stop.
that's good.
Just
That's a
have
really good thing
We
to
have
say.
16 advisors. They all know what to do, how to perform them. So they can just come down. It is literally, we'll have you in and out of there in 15 minutes. It'll
Yeah.
take you
All right.
longer to get there than it will to even do it.
All
That's
right.
right.
Thanks,
No
guys.
appointment needed.
Thank
We'll
you,
see you
Ken.
next time around. Take
Okay.
care.
Thanks, Ken.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Take care. We'll be back.
Having great home care is as easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm Lori Renaud with ActiCare Responsive In-Home Care. We can provide the perfect caregiver for you to receive exceptional care in the comfort of your home. Step 1, call to schedule a care consultation. Step 2, meet with a registered nurse in your home. Step 3, start receiving care. Aging doesn't have to be difficult. Call today to get the help you deserve.
Santa Ana a couple
Welcome
years
back.
ago.
We have a very special treat today. We have the Aquadettes here in our studio, and I have Valerie Link and Judy Rizzo, and I have to say, these ladies are amazing, and so are the Aquadettes. Welcome.
Thank you.
How exciting. And here we are again after your performance last year, and you guys have very exciting stuff coming up. So your performance is going to be it's the end of the month. And why don't we start with Valerie, why don't you give me a little history about, you know, the Aquadettes, and I know they started in 1965.
Right, right. So this is our 55th year. You have to count 65 as a year. It's not like a human being where one doesn't count. So
Right.
this is our 55th year, and it started with the lifeguards doing a little show, and it just kind of grew from there.
Right.
And so here we are. doing it
So
again.
just give me an overview for those people who may not know who the Aquadettes are.
We are a senior synchronized swimming team, the longest running synchronized swimming team in the world.
Right, right. We're actually showing a clip now. So synchronized swimming. Now you do have costumes, which we'll show a little bit later.
Right.
And I know that Judy was saying, yes, you have to wear them outside of the pool for just a little bit of time, and then you go into the water. So now you were mentioning that you have people who are older than 80 in
We
this,
have
right?
5 women, 5 of the 10 of us, there's 10 swimmers this year, are 80 or almost 80. 78,
Okay.
79, 80, 80, and 86.
Okay.
And the rest of us are 155 and 60s and 70s.
Okay. And then what are some of the requirements that you need to be a synchronized swimmer?
I can speak to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I did my tryout, all I had to do was swim the end of the pool to the end of the pool on my back and on the front and do a somersault. So you have to be able to do a somersault.
See, that would be the hardest, right? Is the somersault. Does it take? Is it hard for people?
Not really. I mean, when you were a kid, you did it all the time. And
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you certainly can't be afraid to do that at all.
No.
Because you have to be able to go under and obviously do the somersault.
And you have to be able to count.
To 8.
Yeah.
Hopefully
All
that's
of our
not too
numbers
hard
are
for
in
them, right?
counts of 8.
Okay. All right. So, Judy, tell me a little bit about your experience with the Aquadet.
I started 9 years ago, and I had had a little bit of practice back when I was a teenager. I had some lessons, and we put in a show. This was in Michigan in a little lake.
Okay.
And so then I put it aside, and then in college we had to take a phys ed course one semester. Nobody took synchronized swimming. I thought, well, I'll take that because I kind of know it. So I had one semester then, and then fast forward 50 years, I came to the village and saw the show, and I thought, I think I can do that. I'll dust off all these old skills, and so that's what I did.
How often do you guys practice?
Well, we're twice a week, Mondays and Fridays at 11, but once March hits, we're 3 times a week.
Okay.
March or May, we go 3 times a week, and we do night swims on Wednesday nights to get used to swimming at night for the show.
Right. Right. And then what are some of the things that people can look forward to at the show? Like, what are some of the routines that you guys do?
We've got a good show this year.
We do.
We do. It's really good.
Let's go ahead,
Yeah.
Judy.
Well, first of all, the costumes are amazing.
Right.
Every year the costumes get better and better.
Right.
Thanks to this gal.
Right. And we're gonna show you guys the costumes in just a few minutes.
And so we have fantastic costumes. We've got really good music. We've got some current music and some old music.
Okay. All right.
And we had been practicing. Well, we started practicing September loosely, and then we became.
We practice all year
Yeah,
round now.
all year.
We used to take time off, and we decided we're not going to do that anymore. We keep our skills up that way.
Right.
And the pools are, warm enough that we don't have to take time off anymore.
right.
It's
And-
cold getting out, but
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
jump
but
on
it's
the
not too
jacuzzi,
bad. I
you
mean, it's
know.
not like Michigan. I mean, she said Michigan and a lake and all. I immediately froze to death just listening to that. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the costumes. So which one do you want to talk about first? I'm going to go over
Probably
here
the
again.
black one.
The black one. Okay, so now this is kind of a twofold thing. We have this one and then this one, right?
Right, right.
Okay, so tell
And
me
the
a
head.
little.
Where's
Tell me
the
a little
head?
bit about, and that goes with that little hat
Right.
there. Okay, so tell me a little bit about it.
This is our opening number, which is The Greatest Show, if anybody's seen that movie. And this is a bracelet that goes with it.
Oh, so you guys have little bracelets. Okay, so this is pretty fancy. So who sewed all this on?
Well, I design the costumes, and then
Okay.
we have a little 4-person sewing team that helps me to sew, and
Okay.
yeah, so that's what we do.
awesome. It's just beautiful.
270 pieces for
This
the
year.
costumes. 200, counting the gloves.
Yeah.
And the
Oh my
hats.
heavens, that is a lot.
It's
Look
a
at-
lot.
I mean, all the intricate detail on this. It's amazing. It really
a lot
is.
of work,
That's
but it's
beautiful.
fun.
And
It's a
then
lot of fun.
This actually isn't on the front. Is that on the top
It's
of
on
your
the top of your
shoulders?
shoulder, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. So now we can
Yeah.
kind of see.
Yeah, it's
See
on the
how the
top of your
detail.
shoulder.
Look at that detail. That is just gorgeous. Okay, but then
This we wear out
this-
there, and then
okay.
we have to obviously take it off before
So you're
we-
sort of disrobing.
So it'll be, a little audience participation. We'll
Okay.
probably put it in their
Oh,
laps
that's
before-
funny. So now, where did you get this jacket?
I find a lot of things online.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's beautiful. This is so nice. It's so
It's
fun.
a lot of fun. Of course, we have to alter things to fit people, and
Right.
you know,
Right. Now
everything's
this, and then this is going with
This
this,
is
right?
the hat.
Okay,
Oh,
so
and
then
we
you have-
also have, which I forgot to bring, a top hat.
Oh, a top hat too.
If you can fit in with
Okay.
a blingy red,
Right.
you know.
Right, and then you guys glue all of this on.
Well, this is sewn.
Sewn because you're in the
course,
water. You
of
couldn't
course, yeah,
possibly
it can't
do
be
that.
glued.
Okay. Yeah,
Everything has to
you
be
can't hot
sewn.
glue it because something might happen.
No.
Okay, and then let's talk about the last one that we have.
This is for a trio
Yeah.
that Judy's in.
Wrap
This is
myself-
our trio, and it's to a song by Queen, because Queen is pretty hot right now.
Oh yeah, no
And
doubt.
the song is Fat Bottom Girls, which is a pretty good song.
Wait,
for
is that
us.
why you have that?
Yes, absolutely. The tutu.
And this
Fat bottom girls. Okay, this is cute. We
And
have a
this-
little tutu here.
and it's
that is super
considered a
fun.
vintage suit.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
so we're going to wear this like Rosie the Riveter. We're trying
And this
to
was designed by Sharon. This is another.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Sharon
cute.
worked so hard, and this is going to go on our heads, but we're going to try to figure out how we can dive
Right
in
here.
and do a stunt and not have
Oh
it fall.
yeah,
So
see that
far
would be hard. What is you could bobby pin it in, right?
we
We've
tried.
tried. You
We're-
tried?
we're working-
Oh.
Everything
it's
has to be
working.
waterworthy.
maybe you should use some elastic. Maybe that would stand.
It's in
But
there.
hey, I don't know. I'm not a costume designer. I don't
It's
know.
tough.
Yeah.
So this is super fun. And one thing that you guys were kind of joking about earlier is you were talking about how you have to parade around in these suits.
I know.
What are some of your hesitations?
Well, this one we are not going to parade around in.
Okay.
We're going to walk behind the bleachers all the way to the deep end before
Oh,
we
you
dive
are?
in.
Okay.
And when the lights go out, we're going to slither up the steps and go out between the curtains.
I love the way she has all these descriptions. We're slithering, we're hiding, and then we're slowly getting into the water. Well, that's great. Well, it sounds really fun. Let's tell everybody about when it is. It's going to be the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st of August. So you guys have a couple more weeks of practice.
Right.
And it will be in Pool 1, and it's at 8 p.m., but the gates will open at 7.
Right.
So it's kind of open seating, right? They can just all kind
It
of get
is.
whatever they want.
But they're
and sit
all
down.
good seats. They're no bad
Sure,
seats.
sure. And then some recommendations are to bring a coat because
Yeah,
it
it's
gets
been
chilly because it's
chilly.
at
It
night.
hasn't
Yeah,
really
I know.
at night,
We've
you
had
know.
some humidity, so it's been all right. And then another fun thing is we are going to give 2 free tickets to Friday. Well, right now we have a choice of Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night. If you are the first person to email us at Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com, you will get 2 free tickets to the Aqueducts. So get on that email right away. Well, ladies, anything I've forgotten?
Oh, well, we want to give some thanks to people.
Oh, sure. Go right ahead.
Absolutely. Brian Gruner and Bruce Gardner, you
Both.
guys are wonderful. And Jackie, everybody at Recreation, and Eileen, Eileen Paulson. Everybody has been so great. The marketing people, just amazing. Really, I hope I haven't forgotten it. Charlie, our videographer,
Yeah,
he's
Charlie
been there.
back.
I mean, like
Charlie.
every day. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many people to thank. I know I've forgotten some
Right.
people, but without these people around, we wouldn't be able to have a show.
Well, you guys you're doing a great job, and I know that you had mentioned that Getty Images came out and took a bunch of pictures of you guys
on
the other
Monday.
day.
That was
Yes,
really
and
fun.
the exciting thing about that is that will make you kind of worldwide. So because those
Yeah,
go
well, we've
everywhere.
been around for a long.
Yes.
This is our 55th
It's your
year,
due.
and, well, we've been on TV shows. We've
Yeah.
been on, in magazines. And
Right.
It's a lot of things we've been around, but it's fun to have these extra little things
Oh,
to
sure.
look forward to and have
Exactly.
come around. So
And I think our image will be maybe used for ads for old people to say, get motivated. and
that's
you
a
can do
huge
this.
point. A
So I
huge
think
point. It's not just the show. What we want to do is
yeah.
inspire people
Right.
to not be alone, to get off the couch, to
Yeah.
join a club, but one that makes you move, that makes you do things you thought
Makes
you
you
could never
think.
do.
Exactly.
Makes you think
Exactly.
and move your body.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for
you.
being with us.
Thank
It was
you.
nice to see you.
Thanks.
And remember, if you want 2 free tickets to the Aqueducts show coming up the end of this month, email Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a better way to manage your medication? MedBox by AmeriPharma has redefined the pharmacy experience. No more pill organizers and vials. When we fill your prescriptions, you get all your medications conveniently packaged by the dose and delivered to your door at no additional cost. This means no change in insurance, copays, or out-of-pocket expenses. Call our specialist today and discover the new way of pharmacy. MedBox by AmeriPharma.
Dr. Farman Cosmetic and Implant Dentistry is located right outside Gate 6 and has been keeping the village smiling for many years.
I trust Dr. Farman with all my dental procedures and all my dental work. Thank goodness I found Dr. Farman.
We have been serving the community of Laguna Woods for almost 20 years now. Come and visit us at Brilliant Smile for all your dental needs.
We are close to Gate 6, near Snooty Fox Restaurant, behind Coco's.
Summer is here. Diane's Hallmark has everything you need to make summer cool. From clothing to jewelry to unique one-of-a-kind gifts, Diane's Hallmark is the place to go. Diane's also has a large religious section as well. Come in today to see it all. Diane's Hallmark is located in the Walmart Shopping Center next to Hobby Lobby.
Before the next earthquake, take 30 seconds to refresh your memory about these important disaster preparedness tips. Make a family emergency plan. Decide how you'll get in touch with each other, where you'll go, and what you'll do in an emergency. Build a disaster supply kit with enough water, food, and emergency supplies to last at least 3 days. It's important to have disaster supply kits for work, cars, and pets too. Find and fix items in your home that might hurt someone by moving, breaking, or falling during an earthquake. Know how to react safely when the ground shakes. If you're inside, stay there. Remember to drop, cover, and hold on. Drop down onto your hands and knees and cover your head and neck with your arms to protect yourself from falling objects. If you can move safely, crawl under a sturdy desk or table and hold on to one of the legs until the shaking stops. After an earthquake, help people who are hurt or trapped. Call 911 for emergencies only. Check your home for damage, including gas or water leaks, damaged wiring, or downed power lines. Protect your family and your home by making a plan, building a kit, and practicing disaster drills at least twice a year. Be sure to visit readyoc.org for more information on emergency preparedness and alertoc.com to sign up for emergency alerts and notifications. We want you to be prepared for a disaster just as much as you do.
Do you hear but not understand? I have good news for you. A proprietary system for verifying hearing correction, Verified Best Speech Clarity, is now available through the All-American Hearing Network. This means hearing improvement can now be verified and documented. Your individual hearing correction is guaranteed in writing. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot. Try AMP, the world's smallest hearing aid at an unbelievably small price, just $750. It's ready to go in one visit, comfortable to wear, and virtually invisible when worn. Yes, you can now have verified best speech clarity. Hear every word. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot, risk-free.
Oh, you know when Shirley is here, there's going to be levity. All right, along with Shirley today, Patty Alexander is here. And you know Patty, she has been on with us several times. She's with Personalized Senior Placement. She is one of the sponsors of their upcoming casino night, which is coming up in September. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
great to have you here today. And we'll get to casino night in just a moment and talk about that. You've always got a lot of things at the Senior Center coming up. And one of them, this is sort of a primer, so to speak,
it is.
on the Real ID, which I think we have like 1 year. October 2020,
right,
you have to have it by then, so they say.
So basically, we were working with the DMV, so we have one of the big cheeses from Sacramento actually coming down to the Senior Center tomorrow. So we're having a big lecture on the real
really good.
Yeah, it's very important because a lot of seniors don't understand. I mean, it's hard to understand. Do I need a real ID? What if I don't travel that much? You know, what are the, so he's going to talk about, you know, what is a real ID? Do you need it? When are all the information? What is that? Because it is confusing to most of us. So that's going to be tomorrow at 1 o'clock at the Senior Center. Please come on down. Like I said, they're coming from Sacramento, and they're going to talk about that. But there's some rules and regulations that we're going to have to follow, and I know eventually we all will be needing a real ID.
Yeah, and it's something that every state is doing, not just California.
Right. It's a national. It's a national thing.
So that's what time tomorrow?
That's tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. So just come on to the Senior Center. We're expecting a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, you know, come early.
Yeah.
Come a little bit early.
That'll be a good one.
That'll be good. So he'll explain how to apply for it. You do have to have some different things that you have to bring in, birth certificates and a bill that says your address and things like that. So we'll go over all that tomorrow.
Now, of course, with that, you've got all kinds of other things going on there, right?
We have a lot.
Usual.
We have a lot of classes and things like that. Obviously, the largest Meals on Wheels program in South Orange County, and we're always looking for volunteers for that to help us with our Meals on Wheels program. We have a great congregate program where people come and have lunch at the Senior Center or meet new friends. We've had several meetings and weddings because of the Senior Center.
Yeah, that's really nice.
But the most important part is the Senior Center is a great resource.
Yeah, it is.
People come all the time or on the phone and need help with whatever, you know, like in case of Patty. All of a sudden people feel that maybe their mom or dad or themselves, it's time to leave their home. So what we do is we vet people in the community, and Patty is phenomenal. When somebody needs to move into an assisted living or somewhere, we turn them over to Patty, who is the expert. So we're a great resource. We're a great resource. So
now, Patty, I know you know I've known you for a long time.
Absolutely.
Tell us about what you do, because you know, people might think, do you manage a place?
Right. No, I don't. So I am licensed with the
the
Department of Social Services for residential care for the elderly. But what my business is I actually work with families to help them navigate that process. So sometimes it's that folks are living at, you know, their parents or loved ones are living at home, no longer can live at home because of financial reasons, maybe it's cognitive reasons, maybe it's just they're lonely.
Yeah.
And so I go in and really help them plan that next step, and what's that long-term care look like for them and what's appropriate for them. So
do you actually look at different places for them and recommend them?
Absolutely.
Or just say, here's kind of the realm of what you should be looking for?
So no, I will go in and do an assessment.
Okay.
I always feel like we have to match a person with the right either community or right residential care. So I learn about them, because really I'm the advocate for their parent or loved one that they've called me for. And then with that in mind, and we have to look at financials and what other things are available maybe for them if it's veterans assistance. But so we look at that, kind of look at the big picture, you know, what are their care needs, what would be a good fit for them, and then I narrow it down for the family, and then I will take them on a tour, and it might be touring the large communities, it might be the memory cares, it might be small residential boarding cares. It depends on really what is going to be most appropriate for them. So, and then it would fit in the financials, and I'm kind of like a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I want to make sure there's so many options out there, so I narrow it down where I feel would be a very good fit for their loved one.
And as you said, sometimes it's just people who are doing great in life, health-wise.
Absolutely.
It's just they don't want to be
preparing for the future.
Yeah, or living at home, or living by their own, or maybe they're still living with their kids for some reason. They're like, you know what, I want a little more independence. And
you know what I often hear, Ken, is someone will say to me, well, I don't need that just yet.
Right.
And I'll say, that's perfect. It's a perfect time to actually move into a large community, an assisted living. You can move in independently, because now you can enjoy all the things that they have to offer. And so sometimes people think, oh, I just need to wait until I need a lot of care. And so they're missing out on a lot. And we find that people stay younger when they are engaging with their peers and going to a dining room and having dinner with other folks.
And there's many places around around here?
A
that
lot
y'all
of
really
places.
work
I'm going to
with?
talk about a couple of them when we talk about casino night.
All right,
that have
well-
really been good segue.
Yeah, Casino Night is happening on September 14th, Saturday.
Right, Saturday, September 14th.
Yeah.
And Patty is one of our major sponsors, so thank you, Patty, for
Yeah,
your support for many, many years. This is our big fundraiser for the Senior Center. We have it every year, and this year is going to be a Western theme. So it's $25 at the door, and with your $25, you get $100 in play money. But if you come in Western attire, you get $125 in play money.
Wow.
So, yeah, so wear your boots and your chaps, and you get a little extra
Now,
money.
do you have your dancing hall girl uniform? Are you going to be
yeah.
wearing that?
Mine's going
You and Cheryl?
to be a surprise.
Okay.
One of the things about Casino Night, what I would like to acknowledge is that every year, without the support of our large assisted living communities, the SRG communities, which are the Wellington, the Regency, the Las Palmas, and La Vida, the chefs from those 4 large communities will be preparing the food for that evening. And then Freedom Village, we have the chef, and he's going to prepare all of the desserts. So
very good.
Good food from great chefs, local chefs in our area, and without them, you know, they sponsor every year, and so it's really important. That
It's very important, and we thank them. But it's a great night. It's a fun night. It's to help the Senior Center, and we hope everybody joins us. It's $25. You can purchase your ticket at the Senior Center now, or you can purchase it at the door.
Yeah, and what a great deal, because for $25,
That's right.
you're getting your first round of play money.
That's right.
But you're getting food, you're getting fun, and just having a great
fun.
evening.
It is fun.
It's a nice, casual, fun evening. It
Now,
goes
I
by
have to
very
ask
fast.
you something, because remember last year, she got a call, like you almost got sent to the pokey, didn't you? No, but it was really strange, and you had to regulate what games.
Well,
I mean, it was ridiculous,
it's under
but-
regulation, so we are regulated. So yeah, we are.
But
regulated.
I remember it was.
Yes.
There's certain things you can do, and
There are certain
things
things we
you
can
can't.
do, and the Justice Department and I are really good friends.
Yes.
And really, there's no money going across
No,
the
there's no
table.
money,
And
no.
so at the end of the evening, what's really great, the donations that come in for gifts are amazing.
So at the end of the night, you don't win money, but you win raffle prizes. Raffle tickets, and we have raffle prizes. So it's a fun night. Excuse me. It's to support the Senior Center. So I encourage everybody to come down. Please support us. It's a great event, and the Senior Center needs your help so that we can continue to thrive and do well. in
It
this
is a lot of
community.
fun. And because it's a Western theme, the wanted poster you have up of Shirley was really the real one from last year.
It really,
Yeah,
exactly.
it was.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I know with a lot of things at the Senior Center, you have to do reservations and all that. What about this? Can people get tickets now? Can they just come to the door?
They can buy them at the Senior Center now, or you can get them the night of the event.
Okay.
Yes.
There's plenty of room.
It's helpful if they buy them ahead of time, so we have a head count on
Well, yeah, that's true.
food, and it is helpful if we have
Right.
an idea, right?
Exactly.
And you've got, again, all the raffle prizes.
We have
which are
we have
nice.
great raffle prizes, and it's just going to be a very fun, casual, Western atmosphere. It's going to be a fun night, and the whole purpose is to support the Senior Center.
Well, Patty, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You know, and
Thank you,
all the other, I know
absolutely.
you got a lot of
thank
other
you,
people
Patty.
that
Appreciate it.
are helping out.
Absolutely.
That I know you've helped
Yeah.
with many things
I
over the
love
years.
this center. I think we should all be in support of this center because it offers so much
It
to
does.
our
Yeah.
community. It's a pillar of our community, I believe.
Yeah, it really does. And again, as you have said over and over again, if you're looking for some kind of a resource, whatever it is, they can help you out with that because they'll steer you in the right direction.
Right,
I mean, honestly, don't hesitate
Exactly.
of what it may be.
If the
because-
staff, if it's something that you need or, guidance, if we can't help you, we surround ourselves with good people in the community that we can hand you over to. So we'll help you. And in turn, please help support us.
All right. Now, again, the Real ID is tomorrow.
The Real ID is tomorrow at 1 o'clock at the Senior
Okay.
Center. And then September 14th, Casino night. Spread the
All
word.
right. So wear your best Western attire.
That's right. Right.
You can even put just a bandana around
Whatever
them.
you want to
Whatever,
wear.
Right?
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Will they go to jail if they don't wear it?
They're going to be punished in some way.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much. Good to see you, Patty. You
Nice
take
to
care.
see
Always
you, as
good to see you.
always.
Nice to see
Say
you.
hi to
Thank
everyone
you.
over
I
there.
will.
And we'll be right back.
Thank
you.
I'm not shaking hands.
Breast cancer takes patients down paths they never expected, and Memorial Care Comprehensive Breast Center at Saddleback can help navigate the way. We provide multidisciplinary breast care services for the early detection, diagnosis, and treatment of breast cancer using state-of-the-art technology in a personalized environment designed to meet the needs of each woman.
Welcome to Palm Terrace Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center. We are known in the community for compassionate and professional nursing care. Once our guests enter the road to recovery, our expert rehab therapy team rolls into action. Our goal is your comfort and your health. Please feel free to call us at 949-587-9000 or stop by and enjoy a personalized tour of Palm Terrace Healthcare and Rehabilitation Center.
Well, with me right now is Monty Westall. He is a resident here in Laguna Woods Village, but more importantly, he is a user of MedBox from AmeriPharma. We're going to talk about that right now. Monty, welcome.
Thank you.
How long have you lived here in the village?
Since 2011.
Okay, so about now what? It's about
going
7
on
years.
7 years.
Yeah, it's 2018, right. And before there, where were you?
I lived in Aliso Viejo for almost 20 years.
Okay, so
I've been
you're a
very
native.
close. Yeah, I'm a native of this area.
Well, great. So let me ask you something. How did you come across learning about AmeriPharma, about the MedBox product? Where'd you think about, wow, that's like something that might benefit me?
I saw it on television. I saw the first ad, and it happened right after I had done my weekly chore of separating all my pills and putting them in 2 boxes for the week, one for the morning and one for the evening.
Yeah.
And it's just such a tedious chore. It's not hard, but if I mess up, then it's on me.
Yeah.
So when I saw the ad, I thought, wow, this is a no-brainer. It's just everything that I could want. I mean, it's a service I'd actually pay for.
Yeah.
But I get it for free if I go with AmeriPharma.
Now, how did you go about that? What was your first step?
I called
Did you call
the 800
AmeriPharma?
number,
Okay.
and they asked me some questions, and they got the name of my doctor, and they contacted my doctor so they could switch my prescriptions from Walmart to AmeriPharma. So I picked up, by the way, another time saver. They deliver it right to my house, so I don't have to go wait in line in Walmart anymore.
Yeah, well, that's a big benefit, isn't it?
Right.
Not having to actually go to a pharmacy. Right. And when the process, when you first started that process, about how long did it take? You probably already had some medication you had to go through.
Yeah. I was about to renew my medications, so at that point I switched over to AmeriPharma, and they took over the responsibility of getting my prescriptions right.
Right.
But what's really important is I have to take it morning and evening.
Yeah.
And so reminding myself to take it, it's a lot easier when you've got this box staring you in the face when you brush your teeth.
Right.
So it's just a great system, and I feel a lot better about meeting my own responsibilities with the help of AmeriPharma.
And they just deliver it to you.
Right
for
to your
you,
door.
is it once a month, or how does that work?
Well, I get my prescriptions on a 90-day basis.
Okay.
And so I get 90 days worth of pills in a box, and then by the time I run out, there comes a new box.
So you don't have to contact them?
The only time I have to contact them is if my doctor changes my prescription.
Okay.
Okay, and so he'll note that directly to them because they maintain a relationship with the doctor.
So it's not something you really, I mean, obviously you're going to go see your doctor. Your
Right.
doctor's going to consult with you, tell you if there's any changes, but then they, of course, your doctor communicates right with AmeriPharma, and they take care of that.
That's right. That's right. Just like if you were at Walmart and you had a change in prescription, they
Right.
would contact your doctor. That's what AmeriPharma
Yeah,
does.
and as you said, this doesn't cost you any more.
It's actually a valuable benefit that, or a service that I'd pay for just to get rid of that responsibility and the
Yeah.
chore, but they provide it for free.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same cost. And my copay and my insurance remain the same.
And it's very convenient, as you have the box right here.
Yeah.
You just go through right in the day.
Right.
And pull out, and you know, it's
Yeah,
here,
it
let me,
says-
here, I'll hold this up here, people can see, but it go ahead, it right on the label. I know that's a little hard to see, but it shows what the prescription is, and it has your time, and so it doesn't, you know, you don't have to worry about that, but you can always double check it, and then the next day or next time comes around, and there it is, right?
And I don't
Yeah.
have to pick up any more pills that I've dropped on the floor.
No. You know, that's got to be a huge benefit, because I can just imagine, I'm not at the point where I have to take anything, but if you're taking even 2 or 3, every week you got to kind of dole it out in those little boxes or
Yes.
whatever it may be.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, with this too, I would think maybe you're going to go away for a few days. You can either take the box with you or maybe pull out exactly what you need.
Another great thing. Yeah, just take out the couple of days worth
Yeah.
of prescriptions and pack it in my bag.
Very nice.
But I think that this has made my life so much easier in a very important part of my life.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Managing your own
convenience is-
prescriptions.
Yeah, making it convenient is fantastic.
I think that anybody that is dealing with prescriptions the way I am, they've got to try this, because it just saves so much time, and it's another load off your shoulders.
Yeah, and so for you again, you contacted AmeriPharma first, gave them your information about your primary care doctor, and then they dealt with the doctor and the medications.
A couple of phone calls was all it took.
Yeah, and then you get your first box.
Right.
And for you, it's every 90 days.
3 months, yeah,
Okay.
every 90 days.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice too.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I'm glad you found this, found the med box from AmeriPharma, and it looks like you're enjoying living here.
I am. I mean, the golf here is fantastic. The people here are great, and the security's tight. So this is one less thing I have to worry about.
Yeah.
as I enjoy my retirement.
Yep. All right. Very good. Hey, it was great to meet you. I hope I see you again.
Well, thank you, Ken.
All right. You take care, and we'll be right back.
I had been with another hospice for my husband, Ed. After about 2 months, I thought, they're not doing much for me. So I went to the computer and brought up the list of hospices, and there was OC. Their response was immediate. They did everything. They had all their ducks in the row, and that's what I was looking for. It was comforting till the very end, and then at the very end, the last 3 days, you know, it was continuous care, and nobody ever left him.
Yeah, it's almost kind of.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Movies.
The movies, yes. Which one do you want to do?
I'll do Miss Bala.
Okay.
So your Friday movie is called Miss Bala, and it is starring Gina Rodriguez, and it is action, crime, and drama. Gloria finds a power she never knew she had when she is drawn into a dangerous world of cross-border crime. Surviving will require all of her cunning, inventiveness, and strength, and it is based on a Spanish language film. So it stars Gina Rodriguez, as I mentioned, Thomas Dekker, and Vivian Chan. And again, that'll be on Friday at 2 and 7 p.m. And that is brought to you by Harvard Eye Associates.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
and
looks good.
Coming up on Monday, this is a fun movie. It's called Life of the Party. And this is about a woman who, when her husband suddenly dumps her, longtime dedicated housewife Deanna turns regret into reset by going back to college, landing the same class in school as her daughter, who's not entirely sold on the idea. And this stars Melissa McCarthy, as you see here, and Matt Walsh, Molly Gordon. A fun movie.
It's hysterical.
Yeah.
I do like it. I mean, Melissa McCarthy's always so much fun, and it's just a crack up because I have kids in college.
Yes.
And so when you're watching this, I can't even imagine going to the same college as my daughter.
You know what's
She'd be mortified.
What's interesting, and how many times over the years that a secondary character on a TV show, and she was on Gilmore Girls, becomes the star, the breakout star, where usually the person that's starring in that role on a TV show, once that's over, are kind of forgotten about.
Well, it just depends on the opportunities that you get, right?
And she's done fantastic.
She has. She really has.
Fun movie. That'll be
that's
Monday.
a good one.
And by RadNet, they're our sponsor that day. Now, the weather, we only got about a minute left, so let me tell you, this is supposed to be the hottest day of the week. I think we should reach about 87 or so. And a little bit of offshore breeze associated with that, but not too much. Going down a bit tomorrow, and then really down over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Look at the weekend. We may not even get out of the 70s. We'll see about that. That could change, but quite a shift there. And we go from pretty normal temperatures today for August all the way down to quite below normal temperatures. So that will feel good over the weekend. Here we are around the area, and as I said before, Palm Springs, 115 way out there, even Arrowhead, 88 today, and everywhere else except the beaches are approaching 90 degrees. So a warm day today. It'll go down a bit tomorrow, then Friday down by another 5 or 6 degrees.
Didn't you say we were heading out right after this to the beach?
Yeah.
90s
really.
wet.
Yes.
That looks good. All right, tomorrow we have Hogue, we have the Globe headlines, and then we also have social services for you. So, and don't forget to email us if you want 2 free tickets to the Aquadettes, and you can email us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Have a great day in the village. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.